Alright guys, today we're going to talk about college football. So, if you not a big fan of college football, you just click out. This isn't your video. Um, so I got on my Yale, um, Harvard, 1-800 Harvard Sucks shirt. I got this from my sisters. I didn't go to Yale, but my sisters did. Just want to shout that out first. So I've been I'm just gonna out myself as a USC fan. Grew up in Los Angeles, still in Los Angeles, born and raised. So USC is basically like a religion around here. USC, of course, had that nice run. Uh, two-peat, almost a three-peat in the early 2000s. I mean, I was like a kid, so I didn't really know what was going on, but USC's always been like really strong football team, and um, I was always a fan. The college that I went to didn't have football, so I'm allowed to pick and choose. My mom went to Michigan though, so we're a big Michigan family. Big fans of Michigan. Um, so yeah, definitely a good year for Michigan. Um, Last year they got beat in the playoffs by TCU. So tough. Repressed memory. I don't want to even think about that. Um, but they're gonna make it. Looks like they're gonna make it again. Either as a one seed or the two seed. Georgia just lost to Alabama. Praying to God that Alabama doesn't make it into the playoffs. And they might just, it's just it's tough because Texas beat Alabama, so you really can't put Bama ahead of Texas. But maybe you can put them ahead of Florida State. Florida State's 12-0 though. I mean, they're a great team, undefeated, so I mean, it'll probably end up being Florida State and Texas that go. But I mean, it's tough, Georgia, they're out. You can't lose that late in the season. You can lose early in the season, still make it, but you can't lose late in the season. So Michigan's unbeaten, Washington's unbeaten, Florida State's unbeaten, and then Texas one loss, but they lost to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's not even in consideration. Um, it's you know there's one oh you could take one loss team, and if you put Bama ahead of Texas, it's kind of a tough one, you know. So you know, unclear. Georgia also they won it all last year. So you might want to put it in consideration. I just don't know. I've never been a big fan of like losing late in the season. So the battle for the four seed is going to be tough. Um, Really, I mean, you know, hard to. I mean, it really is, a tough decision to make. In my opinion, it's between Georgia, Alabama, um, Texas, and I think Texas should rightfully get it. But who knows? Anyway, yesterday I was watching the Washington versus Oregon game with my friends. All of them are like Washington. They're like from Washington, and yeah, kind of crazy. All my friends from Washington, and either they went to UW or like are from the state of Washington, and they're fans. So I ended up rooting for Washington. Would rather see them win than Oregon, um, the last Pac-12 championship. But I mean, it just feels weird, I grew up a USC fan, so rooting for another Pac-12 team just doesn't sit right. But Washington, was it right? They be. I mean, I'd rather have Washington win than Oregon, you know. And was it? Uh, yeah, the Pac-12, they're done for. Yeah, I tried to like I had my stepdad explain to me why Pac-12 championship was dissolving. Um, and he gave me like this 30-minute answer. Had something to do with Apple TV, the Pac-12 network, and TV contracts and money. And I didn't really understand what he was saying, but it is what it is. If anyone can give me a better answer, I'd appreciate it. I really don't understand what's going on. Something to do with money? Pac-12 network? I I I kind of understand it, but I don't really. Anyway, USC is going to be in the same conference as Michigan now, which is definitely gonna confuse me. You can root for two different teams as long as they're not in the same conference. Like, I root for Michigan and for USC because they never really play each other, like ever. Um, so now they're going to be playing each other pretty much every year. It might actually be every year. They might be on the same side of the same conference. I haven't really looked at it. So, I mean, we'll see. Gonna have to do a little bit of soul searching, see what team I'm gonna end up rooting for. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. So sad about the Pac-12, West Coast represents, It really was a pride of the West Coast, and they were a good conference for a while. They really did have national champions, for a little bit, and they might, UW might win it all, and that would be kind of nice way to send off the Pac-12, go out as champions. But we'll see. Man, UW had quite the season, undefeated. Really didn't see that one coming. Good for them, honestly. Good for UW. Um, of course, it feels weird rooting for UW, but you get over it. So yeah, I mean that's kind of it. Um, Definitely excited for the playoffs this year. Whatever you decide, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Um, gonna be a good playoff season. Bowl games are gonna be nice. USC, man, so tough. Caleb Williams, he needs to leave. He uh he has to go. There's some delusional USC fans that are like, oh, maybe Caleb will stay for his senior season. No, no, and he shouldn't. Um, the whole argument against or for that was that Caleb might not like who has the number one seed, so he might just he might stay for another season. But that's ridiculous. Why would you miss out on millions of dollars? It's, I don't know. It's so terrible. But yeah, I mean, it was a tough season to be a USC fan. Lost to UCLA. Ah, so tough. Caleb Williams, he was running for his life pretty much the entire season. The offensive line's terrible. Defense, I mean, what am I going to say about the defense that, you know, hasn't already been said? God. What more can I say about the defense that hasn't been said about the Vietnam War? I mean, is getting bombed every single game. Absolute massacred. So, yeah. Um, just a tough season. Fight on though. Anyway, um, probably gonna end up just being a Michigan fan straight up. You know, it is nice because my team, my school didn't have any college football, so I just get to pick and choose. I'm basically a bandwagoner. It's okay. You know, no loyalty. I really messed up these shots. I can't even see the full range of motion on this. Whatever. Nah. Anyway, I'm just gonna end the commentary here. Sorry if you guys don't like college football. Not that anybody watches these videos anyway, but you know, especially if you don't watch college football. This is really a niche crowd. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.